Greetings, everyone. I'm sorry to be here today, but on the other hand, I'm so happy to be able to speak for George Snyder. Family, friends, community, artists, writers, West County residents, thank you all for being here to honor George. In a way, that's enough of a statement. However, I will add a few words. I met George about 3 years ago when he was covering the Board of Supervisors for the Chronicle, some story that I've forgotten about that he was talking about. And when I saw him, I thought, how unusual, an African-American cowboy reporter with an environmental bent. I think that was the beginning of our friendship. I saw more and more of George around the community, and soon he was working here. And I know from having that crime beat in the city to come to Sonoma County, he gave up a lot of money, but he gained a lot in the way of peace, tranquility, and being a member of the community. Not that George was that peaceful and tranquil. We had become friends, not confidants, but friends. I like to read his stuff because he always told a little story with it when he wrote those items. It wasn't just who, when, where, why, but there was always a little story. And I think that, for me at least, marked George's work, besides the fact that he had that environmental bent. Over the years, we came together in many ways. We shared a kindred spirit. We both knew that we both knew and loved the West County and its events. We both loved the West County Rural Alliance, and whenever we came together, we'd pick up where we left off. Usually a beer, usually some palaver about the other folks in the room. And soon we were laughing about something or other not on the program. I think a part of that kindred spirit with George was country. George intrinsically understood country, but he had transcended it, and that's pretty important. He didn't leave country behind, he made it better. And habitat, species, waterways, trees were all on his list of things to protect and cherish. Same with cowboys. He wanted to protect the cowboy way, and he liked it, but he wanted to make it better. We shared a campfire ethic as well. Great conversation around different campfires. Hardly any of these were planned. We just came together. And there was also that little country thing there. I grew up in the Ozarks, not important, but I could talk to George about southern fox hunting, which is not much different from Michigan fox hunting, and he'd know the humor and the nuance because he had been there. A bunch of guys sitting around the fire listening to their dogs chase the fox and saying things like, oh, they're running over the ridge, or he must be up that tree, or that's a deer, oh, that dog is crazy. And it's not that you have to like fox hunting, it's kind of a spirit, and George and I shared that because we had been there. We'd sit around those campfires as kids, and there was a spiritual George. He had a reverence with nature, so that was always the underpinning of anything we did. I appointed George to the Fish and Wildlife Advisory Board along with Bill Wheeler. I felt that with the two of them on there that we were in secure hands at wildlife and habitat. I don't know if Bill's here today, but we were in a book club together, George and I, for a while, and then he went off to, I don't know, it wasn't Podoc or Modoc, some other county doing a little paper, and then he came back and said, George, what happened? You're back. And he actually said to me, I got tired of reporting on bear sightings. That's how small the paper was. He wanted to be back in the West County, and he came back. So, George Snyder is a West County guy. It's a species. It's a little different than other places, but he wasn't a drawstring West County guy. He was a big buckle and cowboy boot kind of West County guy. And I like that about George, and most of you in this room have it, by the way. Self-assured, a little swagger, not afraid to offer an opinion, love the environment, and very hands-on in what you do. There are a lot of West County women, too, but that's for another day. George and I were in the Grin and Bear at school with self-asserting West County women. So, I feel honored today, and I forgot to mention there are a lot of political types in the room, too, and a couple of other famous musicians, but we won't go there. So I feel honored today as I end up here to be able to speak for the community because I am. And George gave to the community and he earned the respect of the community. And that, folks, is a very important thing. And his family and his sons can best speak about George himself, but I know that George was so proud of family and so proud of his sons. So, how I want to remember George, aside from what he gave to the community, and you can look at this picture, he always had that cat ate the canary smile, a little diabolical laugh crossed with glee, and we shared in that, always the hat, the boots, and the belt buckle. We're going to miss not only that, but we're going to miss the spirit and the ethic that George brought to this community. So in conclusion, family, you built up a large cachet with the community here. If there's anything you need, call on the community because they will be there for you. And George Snyder will be on the honor roll of West County persons who have given to us all. And George, we're going to miss you, and family, stay with us.